So the front's all sandblasted, it's in really good condition. A few little bits and pieces on the flanges. Unfortunately there's a little dent there which we can probably knock out, but it's in really good condition. There's a few bits and pieces we have to clean up here, but it is new, you can see. Here was where some really bad welding was put on it, so obviously we have to patch that in. But it is new, you can see it's new. There's a few flanges that have been badly cut, but we'll sort them out. But generally it's pretty good. So I'll let you have a look at, so the two front wings are done now, and you can see we've got the A panels on, and that's how it looks with the two front wings on. Also done the doors, the door frames anyway, and surprisingly these are the original doors, and if you look there's been no repairs here whatsoever. Normally these flanges are always rotten on the bottom. We've got two brand new skins there, as you can see, door skins, but normally these are rotted right the way through. And the other one, these are the original boot and bonnet which we're going to use, and you can see it's a bit dark in here because the lights are off, but you can see there's the other skin, the other door. And again, no problems whatsoever, everything is clean as a whistle. I think they just use better grade steel with the older cars. I've certainly seen it with the Jaguars, the older Jaguars, the steel was definitely better quality. But normally those flanges are knackered all the way around, and you normally definitely have to put a bottom piece on. But no repairs at all. So there we go. But there are quite a few things to do. We've got to do some repairs here. What we'll do is drill a hole in this, put the hole opener in, open it right up because it's been dented. Take this piece out. The same here. We'll end up making this hole round. There's no point making it like a repeater. It's not going to have a repeater in it. We'll just drill a hole through the centre, put a hole opener in it, cut it all out, get it flat, and then we'll make a piece to fit in there. What I'll do is I'll get a piece of metal and pre-bend it to this shape, then put it against the back, cut round it, I'll make a mark, cut it on the edge, and get it so there's just a little small gap all the way around, and we can tack it in both sides. But it's obviously going to fit quite well, so that's good news. Unfortunately we had a windscreen, but the windscreen had a crack in it, a very small crack in it, and unfortunately it was the old style one, and when Amir was putting it in he caught it wrong, and it just shattered. It's not like nowadays where they're laminated and you get a crack in them. This just went into millions of bits, so it's very probably the original screen that was in it. So I'll find another screen so we can test everything before we put it in, and then we are, and then we'll start on these door skins. But they're incredibly good. Really, I've not seen doors this good for a long time. Every other Mini we've done, we've had to do a minimum of put a bottom piece on or some repair there because they're normally rotted out on the bottom. So I don't know whether it's just been well stored or looked after or what, I don't know. But there we are. She's coming together. What are we going to do here is, this is the older style one, and this is the newer style one with this kind of opening here at the bottom. So what we'll do is I'll put a new backing ring in it, which is like that one. I'll take this one out, put a new backing ring in, and then fill in that bit. Now, for 80 or 100 euros or 100 pounds, whatever it is for a new wing, it'd be easier to do that. But the issue I've got here, obviously, I'm living in Austria, so by the time I get the thing here, I have to pay the taxes on it, the duty on it, the carriage, and it's just a nightmare. So if there's anything wrong with any of the parts, it's not a matter of just sending them back like you can in the UK, or I'm not accepting them or whatever. It doesn't work like that. Here it's a big hassle to get them out. The duty's very high. The movement of the stuff, the actual transportation is extremely high. So what I try and do is, well, when I've got friends coming out or I'm going to the UK, that's how I pick the parts up, because otherwise it just becomes a nightmare. And the same thing with this, you know, I got a comment about, a stupid comment to be honest, about this new floor pan. Now obviously as a Mark III it had the extension on the tunnel, so this is a Mark 1 or 2 with a magic wand, or probably a Mark 1. And there was just a cock up basically with the part numbers, but I have the cover for it, so it's, you know, what difference does it make? It's not a big deal. We put the cover back on it, and it's done. But somebody made some stupid comment about it. Oh, why has it got this and this? Well, I did explain it before, but I'm not going to go over it again. Because he also made some, or he or she made some other stupid comment about, oh, it's so rare with S-O-O-O-O-O. I mean, these people can't even spell or exaggerate. So anyway, yeah, but it's coming on. We're getting there. Hopefully this week what we'll do is, as I say, put it onto this hydraulic buggy over here, leave the back jig on and just take the front jig off. We can actually put that landing panel will fit. I designed this so it does fit onto the car. I can keep it on the jig, but what I need to do is put the subframe in first, so that we can make sure that these holes on the bottom line up correctly, and we just need to make sure everything lines up before we start putting it together. It's yeah. So there's still quite a bit to go, but we're getting there, slowly but surely. So what we're going to do, this is the original subframe that was in it. It's in very good condition. Needs a little bit of cleaning up here and there, and it will be completely sandblasted back to bare metal and repainted. But just now we'll use it just to line up the front of the outer wings and the landing panel, and we'll use it just as it is, because it's got to come back out again anyway. And then I'll sandblast it while I'm ears away and paint it. And as I said, these are the original boot and bonnet that was on it. They're in really quite good condition. There's just one problem with one of the returned edges, which you can just see there. It's kind of, if I show it right, it's just a bit bent there. So we have to redo that, and then we'll sandblast them and get them painted in some primer, and hopefully everything will go together well. But yeah. The amount of colours that was on this car, I mean, that I think was hand painted, is blue, but it had like 6 or 7 different colours on it. But I think it'll all look nice when it's done. So just a quick little update on this pump. So what I've done is where the front was bolted on, I've put a hinge system on it, and I've got these locks, which I'll put one on the top here, through here, one here and one on the bottom, and they're just those spring-loaded ones with a. So you put that piece of metal onto the edge, and then push it, and it'll open. So you don't need a handle on it. So I've got 2 of them. They're like a soft close, or and I'll show you. The problem is the fiberglass is so thin, and as you can see, if I lift it, you can see how so what it needs, it'll need some kind of metal, light metal bonded in there to give this door some strength. You can see there's just too much play in it. But basically what will happen is it'll close like that and go back to being the pump. So what I actually put in there, I'm not sure. I'd love to make it into a beer. They could hold a keg in there. I don't know if I'll have to go and check, see what a keg size is, and whether I could get all the gubbins into it. But that's basically how it would work. And you can see I've done the corners now. Filled in all the corners. I'll paint this tomorrow. Just a basic colour. And yeah, it's just the fiberglass is very thin, and there's no weight in it. So you can see. But it's going to sit nice, or I'll make a display in there or something. I don't know, we'll see. But I just thought it'd be kind of nice to make it something a bit different. As you can see, it's on the plinth, correct. the same all the way around. I've done all the corners, so I'll give it a coat of paint. I might do that tonight actually. Just a base coat, and you can see there the hinges. So I'll put some rubber in it or whatever. But yeah, quite pleased. I've been working on it on and off, just a little bit here and a little bit there. It's just the odd project. But I think it'll work out quite nice. So, there we go. So on that note, as usual, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby. And I'll catch you in the next update.